Hey guys, how you doing? We'll get going here in a second. Just getting set up. Content live. Copy link. Let's get her in the Discord. That everyone. I am live on YouTube right now. All right, how's everyone doing? Let me know you can hear me. Let me know the stream looks good. We'll get going. Couple men down today, so having to crank through everything solo. And my wife wanted to go grab some coffee this morning, so put me behind the 8 ball. But that's all right. What the fuck? All right. Sorry, getting all the scripts set up and all that good stuff. So y'all can watch me make the sausage here for a second. All the pre-market prep that's posted in the YouTube, you guys can go look at it in the meantime if you want to. If not, we'll go over it here in a minute. Import above, import there, open. All right, cool, good there. Hey, can y'all let me know if you can hear me or not? I assume, Daniel, you can hear me, but I just asked a minute ago and no one responded. Or no one's watching. I don't know. Can hear you okay. Sweet. Hey, and does the video look fine? It's in 1080, so like can't go any higher than that, but people have been complaining it doesn't look very good. Looks fine on my end. Let's roll, bud. I will. I was waiting for you guys to give me feedback, so I ain't gonna just talk into a vacuum of nothingness. Cool. Obviously, big gap up this morning. We'll look at this. Big gap up. Looking at, SPX game plan. Oh, shit. I forgot to put the market trend model. Yeah, so starting out with market trend model, right? We were saying, that bullish momentum signal turned on Friday at the close. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's been on all week. So what that means is that's the gate for mechanical strategies. That's been turned on all week. So from a swing trading point of view, it looks good. Obviously, Wednesday was like an uncomfortable day, right? A little bit of a sell-off, but, in the short term, it sucked. But, medium and long term, everything was still fine. We covered that nicely on Thursday, what we said last night in the recap videos. We want to see continuation today, exactly what we've gotten so far. So good to see there. Did a pretty robust write-up this morning on the game plan. SPXA looks fine. Want to hold 67.75. GEX ratio, true deltas, delta balance command, all that looks fine. Guys, if you're not familiar with these tools, right, I'll show you guys where you can go, kind of unlock that in a second. But I'm just going to pretend like you guys all understand that because the majority of you do. Looking at the full complex transition zone, 67.40, well above that. All those out of the money puts that were in the structure yesterday had been removed. So that is good to see, right? That means bullish speculation came into the market and or bearish speculation left the market. GEX ratio looks fine. True deltas looks fine. Delta balance a little bit noisy, but all in all looks fine. Let's see. Yeah, next week's a little tricky. A little bit of alimony put speculation, but given the gap up, I'm sure that's going to resolve itself. So we'll just want to stay tuned, see how that looks. But I'm sure that looks fine. You guys can go run the commands, look at that. If you want to go into SPX 0DT structure, 6750 key level. That's top of our drunken sailor range. Gapped well above that. Gapped right above the shelf, 6775. 6800 first key level overhead. Ton of distribution and speculation looking at that. Kind of our synthetic net open interest approach. That's going to be the first key goalpost right there. It's going to take a lot to get over that, right? Gapping up where we were, we're saying the air is thin, meaning there's not a lot of put speculation up there that's going to be closed out that can help fuel us even higher. So it's really going to come down to really that incremental buyer stepping into the market, helping to propel us higher. So that's going to be critical. And then I highly doubt we're getting above 68.25. Like there is just so much speculation sitting up here that, it's really going to be a challenge to get above that level unless there's just like a tremendous amount of call buying coming in. So in terms of your if-then statements, if we can get above 6,800 and there is like a lot of call speculation coming in, then it may make sense to try and play for 68.25, but doubt we're getting above 68.25. And right now, right, we're right at 6,800 right now. So going to be critical spot. Again, looking at the market trend model right now, a little bit of filter tick buying coming in. That's one of the ways we kind of gauge to see if there's meaningful buying coming in. We're 30 minutes in. We have the makings of a linear update right now in terms of the cumulative raw tick. But right, we really want to see this lift higher and honestly have a pattern like we saw on Monday. But again, that brings us to our volume command. Let's see what that's doing right now. Yeah, so volume command, it's fine. Like, it's still kind of early, so hard to gauge right now. But, what we want to see from the call side, what we want to see is kind of a flat top to higher. That would help us kind of grind higher throughout the session, especially if we're able to flip 6,800. That's going to be kind of the key fulcrum right now. Put centroid doing nothing. We want to see this make, kind of a 45-degree angle higher. That's just a classic pattern we see on kind of a sideways to higher day. Trying to roll up to yesterday. We want it to look like this, right? This is the exact pattern we're looking for. We want to see that again today. Going back to SPX game plan real quick. Looking at our, this is our net stack command, right? Just a summary of our 3D surface models, all the various Greeks that we pay attention to. Right, to the upside, those key pillars, 6,800, obviously from a delta perspective is going to be big. We have negative charm right now, right, which makes sense because of all that speculation sitting overhead, right? That's a ton of out-of-the-money calls that are just pressing down on us right now. So that's why it's important we see that out-of-the-money call speculation, buying, whatever you want to call it, step in to counteract that and help us move us higher. Because if not, we kind of a weight pressing down on us until we can flip that 68.25 level. So that's why, it's going to be really hard to do that. But, if we see a crush in volatility as well, we can see Vanna from our perspective here, the upside is outweighing the downside right now, which simply means if we see that volatility compressed throughout the session, we see that out-of-money call speculation come in, then we could get, additional fuel to the upside because of that. That could counteract the negative charm that we are seeing. So, all that to say, summarize with, we just want to see that incremental buyer come into the market, which obviously we do, but it's important on days like today, right? The Greeks themselves can just fuel us higher, but when we have a massive gap up like we did today into the upper part of the structure, that's where those Greeks are not working in our favor to continue to move higher. So that's why we want to do that. That's why I keep reiterating, I've said it like a million times now, that incremental buyers can be important to see. Does that all make sense? You guys tracking with that? Let me know. I see silence in the chat. Maybe I lost people. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's helpful. Anybody? I'd take one thumbs up. No, tough crowd. All right. All right. Web3 freedom. Right on. Makes sense. I'm a legend. I don't know about a legend, man, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you. Yeah, looking at swing trading stuff now, right? The environment is good. Market trend model looks good. All that stuff looks good. So I put on a few positions, more than a few positions, actually. Stream pause. Sorry about that. Let me move this back over here. What was I saying? Yes, yesterday. See, I went home yesterday. Yeah, I had all these positions on. I've taken off MU, took off AMD, working orders and everything else, trying to get out of those. Like these are all next week expirations. So not trying to get too greedy with it. Had a nice pop higher today. So, kind of just selling into that. Yeah, so we got Palo Alto right now. I honestly haven't looked at trades for today because I've been trying to compile data and all that good stuff for you guys. Bank of America looks good. Yeah, all that looks good. So in terms of our P2P strategy, let's see. Yeah, so entries, AVGO, BA, BAC, Lily, all those were valid entries, right? Our P2P strategy, P transit plus GEX. Give me a second. It may be foreign to some people, and I totally get it if this is the first time you're hearing it. But if you go to gamedge.us, a couple things that you may want to look at if you're interested. The first is, I don't know why it's being so slow loading right now, but the first is our all right, I don't know what the deal is. Whatever. The first is our GameEdge Fast Pass course. It's everything a paid member gets, right? All the education, all the tools, how to use the tools per se, our strategies, frameworks, all that good stuff. So in that is like the P2P strategy. If you go to our blog, we have articles on the wheel strategy, the P2P strategy right here. Here's the wheel strategy. So yeah, give those a go if you're looking at kind of more of a mechanical approach. Let's see, our portfolio is maxed out right now. Obviously, we've taken a little heat on open positions, but I got to think probably going to be cleared up if I were to guess. Well, actually, Tesla's down on the day. AVGO is up on the day. So we'll see. But anyways, and then closing trades were Apple and Intel. We didn't have any of those in the live portfolio, but you guys may. So if you do, obviously exiting that today. Wheel strategy. Yeah, Jim, if you got any questions, obviously let us know. We have Zoom links and all the material, so you can schedule a meeting with us or just ask the community, open a support ticket, whatever. We're always available and scouring to help you all get up to speed. Make sure you look at the onboarding module, and then you're looking at the quick start guides too, because I know there's a lot of articles in there and you may get overwhelmed, but we try to make it simple. This isn't probably this is like probably a new concept to a lot of you guys, just like because options, market analysis, all that kind of stuff is relatively new to the retail trader and whatnot. So this isn't like a quick win room per se, quick win community, but as a lot of people can I guess testify or whatever, for lack of a better term, pay long-term dividends to know this stuff, because this is modern day market structure. So even if you don't trade options, like you can still use this stuff to understand how folks are positioned and how that positioning is trading, where his key levels at, all that good stuff. Yeah, no problem, Jim. If you got any questions on specific tools, let me know. We can go over it too. This is anyone's time to ask any question. Yeah, and Vish, we spent the whole first part of this discussing ES, SPX. All looks good. So yeah, overall, everything looks fine. I don't know what your time frame you're talking about is. Because if you're talking intraday right now, then we need to get over 6,800. But talking swing trading, yeah, I mean, we've been more or less bullish since our market trend model flipped back on Friday at the close. No, all good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, yeah, Avish, go to our YouTube live right now, and you can do the replay, and you can move it back to the start and catch up if you want to. So, let me see. Yeah, what's up, Hoffman? How you doing? So going back to our swing trading stuff. Let me go back up. So in our game plan, right, talk a lot about, provide some bullish list, some bearish list, looking at the environment. I know this is a lot of data, but the important thing to notice over here, we're seeing a lot of green, which means that above low spot price, we're seeing a lot of conditions change from put dominated to call dominated. So that's good to see. Looking at some of the, these are just scatter plots to help us like kind of quickly visually identify where there's stocks that offer good risk to reward. Reward meaning up to plus GEX, which is our key profit taking level. Risk meaning P-trans, which is our key kind of upside acceleration level. Yeah, no, all good, Avish. I totally get it. That's why we do these. So kind of at your convenience, you guys can go watch. Let me see. Yeah, so right, this is just kind of the Mag 7 and just kind of the core stocks in the market I look at. So yeah, I mean, the thing to know, everything's above P-trans, which is good to see, but not a ton of upside right now. So just keep that in mind. But then here, another scatter plot. Again, not that many stocks showing a lot of upside right now. So just keep that in mind. I mean, we've had a nice couple moves the last couple of days. So yeah, I don't know what other questions you guys have. Happy to go look at whatever stocks you guys want to look at. BAC is definitely above. Weird. I guess the gap up. Yeah, the gap up. Got it. SOXL. Yeah, we can look at that. SOXL. What is that? Semiconductor. Yeah, it's had a massive gap higher. Oh shit, wrong. Sorry, I was reading Hoffman's. SOXL, I mean, looks fine. It's a little extended, meaning, the transition's on all the way down here. It's above plus GEX right now. It's kind of a short-term speculation level. So it's had an impressive run. Like, not super, I would not be super interested in getting like starting position here, just given the gap up and the upper part of its structure. So what that means is like, it just needs to reset, meaning kind of those folks that are in profit need to roll their positions higher, all that good stuff. But no, it was nice. Yeah, Hoffman, to answer your questions, like, I mean, cool, for lack of a better term, that there's all those events next week. That's not really super helpful to us because, news can do whatever it's going to do. We don't look at oil volatility. We don't do any of that stuff. We just simply look at how people are positioned in the market. Like, that's the most important thing. And we look at day over day changes. So everything we're seeing right now, the market looks good, right? We're above the transition zones, fairly call dominated or very call dominated structure. Yeah, isolating next week just by itself. That was weird. I mean, it looks fine right now. So, I mean, we've had a heck of a move, big gap up. So, like I mean, we're at all-time highs now. What's more bullish than all-time highs? So, I mean, I always struggle to like commit serious capital when we're at all-time highs. I'd rather see some kind of pullback. But yeah, everything looks fine right now. Market trend model looks fine. Yep, all good. Web3, no problem. So yeah, I know that's probably not the answer you wanted, Hoffman. I don't know if you're wanting a definitive play on volatility or whatever, but I mean, we don't do a ton here with volatility curves and putting trades on in the VIX and UVXY and whatever else you wouldn't be doing there. But we certainly are cognizant of, the effect of, Vanacat could have on the market and stuff. Yeah, I totally get it. But just because there's a news event, what does that mean? Like, I know what it means, but we're just looking objectively at the data. We're not looking at a news event trying to predict what the outcome of that's going to be. So even if you get the outcome right, you never know how the market's going to react. Nice movement. SoFi, Palantir. I mean, we have a ton of earnings next week too. Keep that in mind, guys. A lot of the biggest components are reporting next week. Yeah, I have no idea on rates, man. We primarily focus on the equity markets here. Yeah, Jim, it's an automated channel. I have a bunch of channels favorited in the onboarding module. I show you how you can favorite channels and kind of some tips and tricks for Discord. But yeah, there's a channel called SPX0DT Vol M, where every 5 minutes it produces that Vol M chart for you. Yeah, so right now, like looking at our Vol M is, acting constructive exactly how we want to see it. That upside speculation is starting to come in. The puts in Detroit are starting to trend higher. Just keep in mind, we're right at 6,800. And like I said, that's going to be a tough level to overcome. So yeah, just because this is moving higher, like all else equal, I mean, it's maybe we get a pullback and then, then we push higher from there. But 6,800, certainly tough level, especially right now. But if we do get over that, then I suspect that's going to help, kind of catalyze us even higher if we're able to press through that. Jim, if you need help finding that level, finding that channel or whatever, let me know. But anyways, United Health Group, like look at that. I mean, nice move right off P-Trans, exactly what you want to see, progressing higher. Yep, no problem, Jim. Google right at its plus Gex level, kind of find a little resistance there. All good. So we have PANW real quick. PANW. Yeah, so 220 is kind of the top on PANW. Let's see if we get up there or not. I'd get out of this position if we got up to 220. Looking at Bank of America, I mean, that looks fine. Through P-Trans, Lyft. Yeah, I mean, Lyft's at its plus GX level as well, so kind of upside gone from there. See if we can get out of it. Let's go back to the core. So here, just looking at the big boys, NVIDIA plus GEX, find a little resistance there. Tesla hit plus GEX. AMD right at plus GEX, finding resistance. Google plus GEX, finding resistance. Amazon, amongst friends, basically got to plus GEX. Apple sitting right at its P-Trans level. Kind of an intraday trade, maybe a good spot to take that here. Easy kind of risk to reward. Palantir right at its plus GEX level. So, I mean, it's no surprise, guys, when these stocks kind of top out for the day or whatever, it's generally around those key levels. Or at least first stalling point, kind of first good take profit area for sure. AVGO, pretty extended there. Microsoft chopping around. It's got earnings. I mean, kind of in its plus GEX level. So, I mean, it's not crazy. It goes back to the scatter plot, right? Going to the swing game plan, right? Like we were saying here, there's not a ton of upside in these stocks. So, had a nice gap up today, but it's no surprise that, it's not like pushing way higher. So, hey, Simba. What else we got? Walmart sucking today. Hey, let me know if you guys have any other questions. We're coming up on 30 minutes, so if I don't see anything else, we can shut it down from here. But happy to stay on so long as people got stuff they want to talk about. Yeah, I mean, pretty big rejection off 6,800, so unable to break through that right now. Coin. Right, even in the pre-market for coin plus GEX or P-Trans, pretty good level of reference there. I mean, I don't know what sparked the gap up. I don't know if there's like a news event that came out or whatever, but I just remember when I got to the computer around 8:30, some big spike happened. I don't think data's coming out with the government shutdown. I didn't even look. Ugh. CoreWeave, this RGTI stock, this thing's been on fire. What do they do? Full stack quantum. Got it. Quantum, the buzzword. CoreWeave app. I mean, that's a nice moving app today. So yeah, a lot of nice cap hires today. I don't know what else to say other than that. So, all right. Well, you guys have a good day. I'm gonna get out of here. Maybe we'll do some later on the day. Not sure, but appreciate the time. We'll talk to you later.